Good day everybody, this is Pillar from Tales Productions and welcome back to Star Trek Online. This is a free-to-play account playing through the story of a 23rd century Starfleet officer, and in the last episode we are on the right bit, yeah, we completed Broken Circle, which was really good, incredible episode actually. I don't think I noticed a single bug during that as well, which is really cool. Storyline wise it was good, you got to fight an Iconian, all good. And in today's episode we're moving on to Butterfly, which I'm told I'm going to enjoy. Although to be fair, I think every episode of the Iconian War has been just epic. Been pretty incredible. So I expect no less from Butterfly. Let's see.
The research teams in the Kiana system require your assistance. They have been running thousands of temporal incursion simulations of how to use the Krenim weapon. But I need an officer with field experience to evaluate the project and its feasibility. You will participate in a focus test of the most promising options.
Awesome.
A blade cuts both ways. We must be sure that what this weapon can do to the Iconians does not cause greater harm to us.
So that's the one thing I mentioned actually in the last one, that I want to see those simulations. I want to take part in them in some way. That's really cool. Okay. Ooh. Oh wow, God, so many choices. Okay, so I definitely don't need a torpedo launcher. An anti-chronoton infused Tetrion turret. Mark 12. I don't think I need a turret, do I? No, oh, there you go. An omnidirectional anti-chronoton infused Tetrion beam array. Okay. I'll definitely need that. Wow, okay, and then oh, so this is a 3-piece set, so then the temporal phase overcharged singularity core. Is that part of that? No. Oh yeah, phase overcharged core. It just doesn't say singularity on it. But yeah, that's by Warbirds, and this is the non-Warbird one. That makes sense. And then the console as well. Wow! Wow, okay. So I definitely want that, jeez. So extra crit chance, crit severity, maximum shield capacity, shield resistance, that looks great. And it's part of a set. So then I get the overcharged warp core and the omnidirectional Tetrion beam rate. Wow, okay. Wow, rewards. So I need to do this 3 times basically, awesome. Okay, let's go. And this is right here again, so I can just begin. Lisette.
Welcome.
Ooh.
We have been working with the Krenim to build both this facility and a weapon similar to the one developed by Anorax in the 22nd century. Captain Nog is running point for the Alliance, but teams from all across the Alpha and Beta quadrants are involved with the research. It's fascinating work, but there's a lot to do yet.
So how can I help?
Captain Nog might be able to explain more. He's waiting for you.
Alright, lead the way. I don't want to get involved in the small talk. This way, please. Hey, this is good. I hadn't actually been in the center room. Looks a little bit Romulan, actually. You can tell there's an influence there. Ooh. Awesome. That's like the simulator room. Wait, Nog's there. Why are you going up? You're meant to be leading the way to Nog. Jeez. Alright. Come on, Nog. Hello.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines.
Right, okay. I kind of want to go through all this. I want a bit more detail. Right, okay. Can you explain the process to me? How is this different from going back in time, changing something, and creating an alternate timeline?
When we talk about time alteration, we're specifically referring to the Krenim weapon's ability to remove something from time. Anything, from a single molecule to an entire civilization. It's as if the target of the weapon never existed at all.
So it doesn't just move something, it deletes it.
Correct. The changes ripple out from the incursion point and result in a new reality where the target no longer exists. This does mean that the ship must be able to fire on a target. The details are a bit more complex, of course, but that's the main difference from conventional time travel.
And no one has a problem with this?
Temporal agents from all three factions are watching everything we do carefully. That's one of the reasons we're running holodeck simulations first. Between you and me, I'm glad they're here. The Krenim are a little too eager to use the weapon. Time manipulation is a very delicate operation under the best of circumstances. We can't just start shooting things out of existence and hoping it all works out for the best.
Well, I agree.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances.
What about just removing the
We've managed
Iconians
to
from the
make a
time stream?
prototype. That was the first simulation we tried. The results were fairly catastrophic.
How?
Without the Iconians, the first development of warp technology by other cultures in the Alpha Quadrant is severely delayed.
Interesting.
By about 50,000 years. Removing the Iconians would change everything we know.
That's really cool. So we would eventually develop warp travel, right? It seems inevitable.
Let me put it this way. In one version, the Day Ones eventually rise to power and conquer most of the Beta Quadrant. They are forced back by the Vulcans, who never embrace logic, and later enslave much of what is now Federation and Klingon space.
That's incredible. I want to see that. I can see how it would be a problem, though.
I'm not done yet. The Herc never developed warp technology at all, so they never invade Kronos and unite the Klingons as a warrior culture. When the Vulcan Star Empire finds the Klingons in the 22nd century, they were mostly farmers who had made some advances in epic poetry. By the present day in this simulation, the Vulcan Star Empire is locked in a to-the-death struggle with the Dominion.
Well, alright, I get it. Removing the Iconians directly is a bad idea.
I wish I was seeing
Cool,
you under
though.
better circumstances.
Zila said
We've
something about
managed to make
Iconians
a
and time
prototype
travel.
of that the Iconians can't time travel because it unravels their minds. She was being dramatic, but she was essentially correct. When most humanoids time travel, they retain the memories of their timeline of origin. So you realize when things have changed. Iconians are at least partially energy beings. You saw that when Matara was able to use her own power to open gateways. And their brain structure is very different from other humanoids. As far as we understand, if an Iconian traveled back in time, their mind and memories would reshape to fit that time. So they would retain no memories of the present. They don't use time travel because it would literally be taking a step backwards.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances.
Protect what we know.
We've managed to make once we make an incursion, anything not protected by a temporal shield will conform to the new timeline. That includes all of us once this mission is over. We won't remember the Iconians, the war, or anything that changes in the new timeline. Clouda has been leading the work to create a shielded computer core to hold all the data we currently have. A time capsule, I guess you'd call it.
Will the core need to be shielded forever?
Correct. This isn't the sort of sacrifice we'd expect any personnel involved in the incursion to make. So we've built a computer to retain the information for us. We'll know what happened before, even though it essentially will have happened to someone else.
Alright, understood.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances.
Do you have any ideas when to make the temporal incursion?
We've tried a different number of scenarios, but only in the holodeck. Direct action against the Iconians is proving to be problematic, because so much time has passed since they were first a great power. Incursions that far back in time must be carefully planned, or the fallout of even minor changes can ripple across reality. We have, however, seen some promise in trying to delay their arrival.
Right, but that's just delaying the inevitable for a few years, right?
Actually, it would be closer to a 700-year delay if our calculations are correct. The Iconians have had 200,000 years to build their fleets, but we're catching up to them. We've already seen what the 29th century technology can do. Imagine what we'll have in the 32nd century.
Alright, so we'd be on a more equal footing.
Exactly. The other potential solution is to cut into the current power base. What if the Iconians never allied with the Alachi or the Solanae? We wouldn't be facing the trouble we do now.
Okay, that's a bit tenuous, but what are the best scenarios?
The three most promising incursions each follow one of these tactics. My teams have been running simulations and refining their targets, but I'd like you to assist them using a special quantum recursive algorithm.
Obviously.
Our simulators can run the outcome of a possible incursion on the holodeck. Interacting with that simulation will give us more data than just crunching the numbers. We need to really interact with it to see what reality would look like, and for that, I need someone like you with field experience.
Well, okay, I'm not sure about changing time, but simulations can't hurt, or it sounds like a fascinating experience, or I'll do anything that will help us. Yeah, I don't like changing time. But okay. Alright. how is it going to visually show me the differences?
Hello. Please allow me to explain what we're doing here.
Yeah, please.
We've determined that if we remove a specific series of stars from the Beta Quadrant in the distant past, a rogue planet will enter the Iconia system and cause massive geological damage at about the same time the planet was bombarded by the Iconians' enemies. The technological buildup of the orbital bombardment that destroyed the Iconian civilization will still happen, but the Iconians themselves will have to deal with a natural disaster, not a war.
Alright, and you think that's better?
Maybe the survivors of a natural disaster, if there are any, won't be so vengeful, and none of the stars we will remove have planets with the possibility of developing life. The overall effect on the galaxy is minimal. It's a painful path, but it could be the one that leads to peace.
Okay. This works. It still won't avenge the fallen. No, that's a stupid thing to say. Seems rather extreme, doesn't it? Not really. I don't know if I like the idea of removing entire stars.
The number of stars we will have to remove is a concern, which is why we're trying this in a simulation first.
Yeah, exactly.
But as Captain Nog said, these simulations aren't perfect, so we have devised a holodeck program that will expand and extrapolate on possible effects of the temporal incursion.
You're giving a lot of weight to the holodeck.
It's the best option we have available to us. The holodeck's algorithms have been updated to change and adapt to the data created by the simulated timeline alteration. This is not your average holo novel.
Very well. What do you need me to do?
Once we run the program, you'll be able to interact with our best approximation of the new timeline. Interaction with the holodeck components will allow the program to generate a more in-depth solution and give us a better idea of what to expect. We have set this simulation on a Federation starship patrolling the Sol system, and you are the captain. If all goes as planned, we expect that almost everything in the system should be close to current reality.
All right, understood. Run the program. Okay. Is it? Oh, it's actually through here. I thought that was. I guess that's like the core. Ooh, who's this? Oh yeah, I do want to talk to you.
Hello.
Are you here to put a timeline? Isn't this all a violation? Oh, I've already said all that. I was hoping you'd have more to say. All right, no worries. Let's go. Let's get all holodecked. Ooh, it's big. Hello. What happened here?
Captain, you're alive. We repelled the intruders on the bridge, but the ship has taken heavy damage, and a lot of the crew are injured.
And what's the situation?
Sir, I'm not sure this is the time. So many people are hurt, and most of the systems are offline. The life support is on backups, and our resources are down to nothing, and
Well, I'll help the wounded, but you need to help me. What happened?
the Dominion stopped firing at us when we lost weapons. Now they're focusing on Earth's defense grid, but it's only a matter of time before they return to finish us off.
We'll stabilize the crew and fight back. This isn't over. Well, why don't I just shut down the simulation here? Surely it's sort of over. This looks like a Defiant-y type bridge.
I tried to fight them off. The boarding parties. The Jem'Hadar. We have to stop the Dominion. They can't take Earth too.
Alright, don't worry. We'll stop them. I'll try.
We can't stop them. Maybe if we hadn't been at war with the Romulans. Maybe if the Klingons hadn't ripped themselves apart. I'll be fine, Captain. Just rattled.
That's giving away some story points. That's good. Go to sickbay if you need to. Wussy. Alright, so I need to stabilize. Oh, there is one here. Sorry. I didn't see the icon. It was hidden by the fire.
I never expected they would get so far into our defenses. I'm sorry, Captain. I just need a moment. Then I'll be ready to fight.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Incoming hail!
Yes.
USS Ajax. Sensors show your ship is completely defenseless, and I would prefer not to delay our arrival at Earth to deal with such a minor annoyance.
All right.
Surrender now, and I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
We will never surrender. It's only a simulation. I'll be as brave as I like, yeah. Can I... Ramming speed. Warning, hull breaches on decks 4, 5 and 6. Emergency force fields engaged. Hull integrity 22.8%. Weapons offline, shields offline, life support, emergency backups engaged. Alright, so quadrant casualty report. It's a Betazoid, Tellar Prime. Vulcan is uninhabitable, apparently. Wow. Ouch. Captain's personal log. We haven't seen the bulk of the enemy fleet in 3 days, but their scouts continue to harass us. Vulcan is lost. Andoria is inflamed. Romulus, Tellar Prime, Beta Z, Trill, Ashes. If the Romulans had joined us, maybe this would have been different. The Klingons barely had enough ships left to patrol their home system. They weren't a threat anymore. We were offering friendship, but the Romulans refused us, and then the Dominion came and took everything. Bum bum bum. Alright, scan for Iconian activity. No Iconian activity in the media. Well, I guess that would have been a bigger deal, right? That definitely would have been mentioned, so download that and end the program. Yeah, that was easy. Can I just run beta now? Oh no, I need to go hand that in. Alright. Well, that definitely didn't work. Right? So the Romulans...
We were watching from the control room, and that could have gone better.
Yeah.
Even with all that, the simulation data on whether the Iconians were entirely eliminated from that timeline is inconclusive. We were able to record your interactions, and we've been able to piece together what happened from those.
And what did you find?
From what we can piece together, the Klingon Empire was never unified by its conflicts against outsiders, and the great houses turned on one another instead. The Romulans took the chaos as an opportunity to attack. The Federation stepped in to help the Klingons, and the war between the three factions basically ripped the quadrant apart. The Dominion then conquered all three weakened powers.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's not the way we want to go.
My team will continue working on other possible incursion scenarios.
Perhaps we can weaken their power base. I'm trying to pass that off as my own idea, but I clearly just heard somebody say that earlier. So we're talking about removing the Alachi or the Solane?
Another one of you Voyagers. I don't know how you can help, but very well. My team is working on scenarios that reduce the Iconian power base. We're attempting to do so by fixing a mistake that Janeway allowed to happen decades ago.
Oh.
We're going to stop the Vaadwaur from being rediscovered.
Oh, I guess they would know
Plan
about
to do
that. That's
this
fine.
by preventing Voyager from ever coming into contact with underspace. This will prevent them from finding Vaadwaur Prime, and 7 of 9 will never wake the Vaadwaur.
So, yeah, so I mentioned this earlier when somebody said that they think the right idea is to stop the Vaadwaur coming back. I mentioned the Iconians would have chosen someone else, and it doesn't stop the Iconians doing what they're doing. So, I suppose leaving the Vaadwaur in stasis will help the Krenim too. I guess it might.
None of us are going
But
to survive
no.
if we don't try to repair the damage you've already done.
Alright, Tiger, calm
The
down.
goal is to cause a solar flare that will force Voyager to divert from the course it was on when it stumbled into underspace. If it safely passes without entering underspace, it can continue on its trip home and bypass the Vaadwaur entirely.
I suppose that might work.
The simulation is set for the USS Voyager, which is fitting since they caused the problem in the first place. Our projections show that even if the Vaadwaur never return, your people will still find a reason to stick your noses into our business. So we're attempting to see how the elimination of the Vaadwaur will change the formation of the Delta Alliance. You will be a member of the diplomatic team.
Alright, I'll run the program. Yeah, so like I said, I assume...
Don't mind Noy. I think he partially blames people from your quadrant.
He'd just
for
get
some of
someone else to do the
Krenim's
dirty work,
struggles.
surely.
After all, if Voyager hadn't restored the Vaadwaur, they would have never been in a position to ally with the Iconians. But there is no reason to dwell on past hurts. We're trying to fix what we can here, and then learn to accept the rest. Noy funnels that passion to help his people into his work. Perhaps it will change everything.
Alright, we'll all need to work together to defeat the Iconians, or I'm sure we can find common ground, or thank you. Yeah, thanks for your
It is
honesty.
a pleasure to meet you. Both Captain Nog and Seven speak highly of you.
Yeah, I was just thinking I don't know who this species is. Let's talk to them.
My name is Claudia, and I am a Tutarian. We're from a region of the Delta Quadrant Voyager never visited, so we haven't had much contact with species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants until now. However, My world has had close ties with the Krenim for several years. Now that they are actively pursuing temporal technology, I chose to join them and lend whatever assistance I can. I miss my home, but I've made a new one here. Meeting Noi has opened me up to a world beyond my own.
Oh, she's in love. I always thought this was interesting, actually, when we came back to the Delta Quadrant. Surely we're not just travelling in a straight line, meeting people along that way anymore, so we should meet a lot of species we haven't seen before. But that's good that they've added that. I like it.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Goodbye. Alright. So I've got another simulation to do. And this one's going to be on Voyager, so I've already exclaimed about how much I love the Voyager interior. Ooh, a greenish glow. Who are these guys? That's Benthan, Hazari, Talaxian, Malon. Malon? Malon? I don't think I'd allow you into my alliance.
This is an absolute disaster. I had thought that Admiral Tuvok was being pessimistic about the chance for success here. But now, I think he was right.
It's not easy to make an alliance.
No, it's not. The hierarchy started setting these people against one another before Admiral Tuvok and his team could start to pull them together. The very fact that they all agreed to be in the same room is a minor miracle.
Do you think you can get them together?
Eventually. Between Vulcan logic, Klingon tenacity, and Romulan pragmatism, we'll convince everyone here that the threat is real, and an alliance is in their best interest. But it won't be easy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I see I have another argument to break up.
Alright, good luck. Okay, that's quite cool. Yeah, so I guess it makes sense that there wouldn't be... Was it the Teray? They wouldn't be here because they were in underspace, weren't they? So I would never have met them.
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect, but this is really too much. The Malon are using our system as a dump, and their trash isn't our problem.
Alright, so you have a right to be concerned, but please calm down. Or what do you think about the hierarchy becoming more aggressive, or the Malon aren't the biggest danger to your people?
The Malon might not be the biggest threat, but they are the most immediate. Wait until they start dumping their trash in your front yard, and see how you like it.
I don't like the Malon. I wouldn't have invited them. Perhaps you can find a compromise. Not likely.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too?
Yeah.
You can save it. I have a commitment to my people and my planet that supersedes any other concerns.
Alright then, so maybe there's someplace else you could dump your waste without harming others. I feel like we've gone through all this already.
We don't need outsiders telling us what to do. If the Talaxians want to talk, they can come to us directly.
They are doing. Alright, let me see if there's another way to get you interested in joining this conversation. Why am I trying? This is a simulation. Why am I trying to get people involved? I just want to find out what's going on in the universe, don't I? The galaxy.
The Malon have resisted attempts to accept less hazardous waste management practices and continue dumping waste throughout the quadrant. The most at-risk populations are the Talaxians, who have a new colony close to Malon dumping grounds. The Malon have moved into Talaxian space to avoid hierarchy attacks.
Yeah, it's all about hierarchy then. That's what's changed here.
Relations between the Malon and Talaxians are rapidly deteriorating. The Malon have accused the Talaxians of working with the hierarchy.
Yeah, that's likely.
A charge the Talaxians strenuously deny.
Analysis.
The Benthans could possibly pressure the Malon to return to the negotiation table.
Alright. I guess. Hey, Benthans.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. The Hazari are stepping up their smuggling operations, and the hierarchy's new drive for profits has created a significant increase in attacks on unaligned transports.
Alright, so would the Benthans be willing to assist the Talaxians in their negotiations?
We have enough to do at the moment without getting into a dispute that doesn't concern us. The hierarchy is harassing our supply lines, and I'm convinced they're behind the losses we've taken over the past 3 months. We're having to double up patrols, which means we're leaving holes the Hazari can slip through. The Malon are a headache we don't need.
I've found that working with allies usually brings about positive results.
Yes, what is your question?
Sorry to trouble you. I'll talk to Hazari.
Good luck with that. The Hazari aren't interested in anything but making deals. This whole meeting is just a waste of time. Unity might work where you come from, but I don't have any reason to cooperate with criminals like the Hazari or thugs like the Hierarchy.
Maybe I can convince them differently. Yeah, this all makes sense. Why am I not trying to figure out about the Hierarchy? Should be asking more questions about that.
Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies? Or was it the Malon? Before everyone broke ties with the Hierarchy, they told us what people say about us. Mercenaries. Honorless. Ha! They all deny it, but we know. Now we look out for ourselves.
Okay, so what do you think of the Hierarchy?
Troublemakers. They make our jobs harder and easier.
Okay.
They watch everyone. We used to trade for information from them, but now they won't sell. If we can capture one of their ships, it's like a treasure hoard of information. Makes hunting bounties real easy. But it's harder to take out their ships. I hear they're getting upgrades. And it's not just their ships. Stories going around about one captain whose arm was ripped off by a Hierarchy commander. Used to be they'd run from fights. Now they start them.
So obviously the Hierarchy are the ones that have replaced the Vaadwaur as being controlled by the Iconians and the neuroparasites then. That doesn't sound like the Hierarchy I know.
What do you want? Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies?
Would you be willing to pull out of
Or was it
Benthan's
the
space?
No. We need to make a living, same as the rest of you. If the Benthans would take out the Hierarchy on our borders, we wouldn't be forced to move into Benthan's space. But no, they won't do that. They don't think mercenaries rate protection.
Sounds like you should be working with the Benthans, not against them.
What do you want?
Alright.
Did the
I guess we're
Benthans?
done.
Fine. Run back to the Benthans. I'll be here if you want to talk business.
Sorry, but I'm not in the market for mercenary. Ooh, burn.
Unraveling this mess could take months, years.
You're the right man for the job. If you say so. Oh, and everyone's out. It's all over. Alright, so Quadrant Threat Report.
The number of planets the Hierarchy have taken outright has increased 20% over the past 6 months. A push for higher profits has prompted steady growth of Hierarchy territory. Reports of abductions in areas near Hierarchy space have increased by 77.2%. However, this data has not been confirmed by outside sources because few Delta Quadrant species are willing to share information with the Federation. Further investigation is needed.
Ship's log. Our allies in the Kayana system have been invaded by Hierarchy forces. The Kayana colony is a small farming community with no strategic value, so the attack simply doesn't make sense. According to the one survivor we managed to find, the Hierarchy were working with the Alachi. The Alachi took captives to an unknown location. Yeah, okay. Scan for Iconian activity. Detecting both Herald and Iconian readings. While they do not appear to be in active conflict with Alliance forces, you're seeing more ships than normal. There are both Herald and Iconian signals in Hierarchy space. It appears the Heralds may be using that area as a staging ground for a coordinated attack with the Hierarchy on high-value targets throughout the Delta Quadrant. Cross-checking with Voyager's log shows a similar situation in the Alpha and Beta quadrants. Well, this is definitely not right. We don't want this. End. Alright. I think that was a little better than the last one, at least. At least Earth wasn't being invaded. It's always a good start. Hello.
Damn, that was useless.
It wasn't that bad.
The Iconians were so determined to have a hold here that they simply found another species to fit the bill. Maybe if you had been a better negotiator, you would have been able to unite those representatives against the Hierarchy. Then at least we would have had a chance.
Maybe we wouldn't.
This scenario isn't as catastrophic as trying to remove the Iconians, but it's not exactly ideal either. We'll have to try something else.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
You must excuse my husband's harsh demeanor. This has been a very trying time for the Krenim. Thank you for helping us get this far. We'll keep working.
Thank you, Claudia.
Trust my wife to be the voice of reason. Perhaps I was too hard on you. I just want to be able to fix all of this. We can't turn back time, but we can change it. Please speak to Gamma Team. Captain Nog thinks very highly of their plan.
Then why didn't I go to them first? Alright, thank you. Hello. Gamma Team Leader Jalen.
Hello. We've been waiting for
I met you.
Our team is focusing on delaying tactics. What if Iconia had never been discovered? In
What?
2365, Captain Donald Varley of the USS Yamato found a star chart on Denias 3 that revealed the location of Iconia. I want to redirect a meteor to impact the archaeological site on Denias 3 before Captain Varley begins his excavations. Iconia will remain a myth, and we will not attract the Iconians' attention as early as we did.
I'm not sure that's the right way to go. I mean, it doesn't even sound like it would delay anything, right? The Iconians surely are looking at the galaxy anyway. Us finding them didn't alert them to our presence. Don't know. Alright, but it's just a delay. Another gateway was found a few years later.
True, but if you compare the changes in Iconian technology over the past 200,000 years with what the rest of us have done in the past 2 centuries, it's obvious that the Iconian culture has stagnated while we have advanced rapidly. Additionally, there are other factors in play that could trigger the alliances and sharing of technology that have come about because of the Iconian threat. It's a risk, but it's one that could pay off.
Alright, I see why you're trying this on the holodeck first.
The program is set for Romulan space.
Oh.
Because the Hobus supernova was caused by direct Iconian interference,
Oh yeah, true.
we expect Romulus to be intact in this new reality. As such, the Romulan Star Empire should once again be a major power in the quadrant. Your role will be as an officer on a Romulan warbird.
That's a massive change actually then. So all the Romulans, anybody with a Romulan captain, wouldn't work the same way. So we're restoring the Romulan Star Empire.
Yes, to call it a huge change would be an understatement. Please be aware that nothing will be done unless the Republic agrees this is the best possible solution. There is already a team here working on the possible restoration of Romulus, and Commander Jirak has been authorized to speak for the Republic if needed. The fact that our data shows delaying the Iconian arrival will also save Romulus is an interesting coincidence, but it does not mean we will accept the solution without looking at other options.
I see.
The program is set for Romulan space. Because the Hobus supernova was caused by
understood.
direct
Let's do it.
Iconian...
Okay, so this will be quite interesting actually. Am I going to look like a Romulan? Because otherwise they'll know I'm out of place, right? Oops. Commander Samira is waiting for you, sir. Okay. Which way? Oh. In here? How much of this ship is explorable? Because that's quite cool. Oh, hello. Oh, it is here. Okay. Hello, Commander.
Sub-Commander. I'd like to test out some new security passcodes. If you'd be so kind as to seal the doors and disable certain, equipment, we need to talk.
Alright, understood. Disabling the seal doors. And disables Halshiar listening devices. Ooh. Right, is that it? Hello.
Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander. The Tal Shiar can't hear us now. I need to talk to you about Datan and the Separatists. They've been located near the Dewa system. What we do next could change our future.
Okay, so the only thing I know about the Separatists is what I've heard through official channels. What do you know?
Datan has been inspired by Spock's teaching. He and many others have left the homeworld and are gathered together in a flotilla somewhere near Tal Dewa. Datan and his allies have been making overtures of peace to both the Federation and the Klingons. Because of this, they have enough support that even the Tal Shiar won't take direct action against them. The Borg are at our borders. The Empire can't fight the Collective and the Separatists at the same time.
What does that mean for us?
Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander.
Right, you're not asking if
The
we
Tal
should
Shiar
attack
can't
them,
hear
are you?
us now. If I was, I wouldn't have needed you to lock the door.
True.
I intend to put Lieutenant Salon in the brig, and then take this ship and crew to join the Separatists.
Ooh.
Are you with me?
If we do this, we will be traitors to the Empire.
I know. I have tried to work within the system, but the system is broken and corrupt. Datan and his people are building something better. You and I both know it. The crew knows it. We will take this warbird to Datan, and we will finally be free.
We have to do what is best for our people. Awesome. Okay. I don't know how much of this I'm going to play through, but I thought I need to find out about the Iconians, surely. I mean, it doesn't sound like they're anywhere. If we're still just worried about some Borg. Man, these stairs are steep. Where's Lieutenant Salan? So, I'm not being told where to go. Oh, there you go. Gaius Salan.
Secret conversations between the commander and one of his senior officers.
He's not Borgified.
Very suspicious.
Or cyborgy.
Loyal citizens of the Romulan Star Empire have no need for locked doors.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to accompany the security team to the brig.
Tamer, you are a fool, and you will be the death of everyone on this ship. Datan and his people are terrorists. If you join them, you will share their fate.
You are under arrest. Please comply and you will not be harmed. There's Salan. Well, Romulans walk funny.
It is time we forge our own destiny. A destiny free from the tyranny of the Tal Shiar. If we leave, we will have a better, brighter future than what they would allow us. I know this is a step into the unknown, but it is a step we will take together. Throw off your chains. We will join our brothers and sisters in freedom.
Freedom. Alright. Be with Con Officer. Oh, he's finally got an eye above his head. I know who I'm supposed to talk to at least. That's good.
I wanted to let you know that I am with you and Commander Tamer. Some of my family has left Romulus to join Datan. I'll be proud to join them.
Okay, set a course for the Dewar system. And that's it, I guess. Okay. Now I just need to get some information. So this looks alright. Alright? So, the seminar Traitors in Our Midst, the historical executions of traitors in the Star Empire, has been moved to 2100 hours. Attendance is mandatory. Awesome. Squadron status report. Notice to all ship commanders. Why is this not red? This was red on the others, wasn't it? Starfleet vessels have been assisting new Romulans in areas near the neutral zone. Imperial ships are being dispatched to a show of force. Any ships harbouring or assisting the Separatists are to be fired upon. There are no exceptions. Ships in Group Gamma are being reassigned to patrols in the area targeted by the Borg. Contacts are regular, but vigilance is needed to eradicate the threat and protect our colony worlds. Alright, Commander's personal log. Triple encryption protocol Zeta 6. Wow. Gaius is becoming suspicious. I've been speaking to members of the senior staff and most are in favour of making a run for the flotilla and joining Datan, but I remain cautious. They are doing the right thing, but the Borg are nipping at our heels. Every ship the fleet loses might be one needed to protect Romulus in its hour of need. But what is left here to protect? Bum bum bum. And Iconian activity. Long-range centres show no Herald or Iconian signatures. There are no references to Heralds in the ship's database. The only reference to the Iconians are in the historical files, and most refer to the Iconians as a myth. There are heightened levels of Borg activity throughout the Beta Quadrant, and multiple colony worlds have been assimilated. The Romulan fleets are on high alert, but have not been able to make major inroads against the Collective. Ooh. Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's not good either, right? Right? I mean, it's not as bad as the others, probably.
That is the most promising simulation yet.
Yeah, but still
bad. It appears
bad.
there was some merit to our hypothesis that the Iconians advanced their plans due to early contact.
But it's not perfect.
The readings do indicate higher levels of Borg activity, but it should be an acceptable risk.
No. Do you think this could be our solution?
The data in this simulation does show higher Borg activity than we're currently seeing. but there are no signs of Herald, Iconian, or Solanae presence at all. And while the Romulan Star Empire is restored to their former power, there is a democratic Romulan group opposing the Tal Shiar. And more importantly, Romulus is intact. This is the result many of our Romulan researchers have been trying to bring about.
I suppose, yeah. But it isn't our reality. We'll be significantly altering everything we know.
The political calculus of the quadrant will change, but the data supports what you saw on the holodeck. No Iconians. We have solid projections. The only suggestion I have now is that you consider it in conjunction with Captain Nog and the Republic representatives here.
Alright, I'll discuss it with them, but I'm not making any promises. No, I don't like it. Can I just say no?
This last test has the most promising results I've seen, and saving the Romulan homeworld is an added bonus. We're not going to have a lot of shots at this. I've been looking at Anorex's work, and I think it's too easy to get into a temporal loop where you try again and again for a specific result, and time starts fighting back. I'm inclined to say this is our best chance. But this will have a huge impact on the reality we know, especially your people, Commander Jirok. I won't give my authorization without hearing from everyone.
Wow, okay, so we can't move forward without considering the effect on the Republic, Commander Jirok.
This is difficult. It would change everything for us. We'd have our home back, but the Republic, everything we've built, it would all be gone. But there's still hope. Even in this other reality, Datan has led many Romulans away from Sela and her Tal Shiar thugs.
This impacts the Republic most of all, though.
The simulation specifically mentioned Datan and a separatist movement. Commander Tamer makes the choice to join Datan, the same choice he made after the homeworld was lost. With Romulus, we could have numbers. More people who have had enough of the Tal Shiar's oppression could join us. Maybe millions more. If Datan is able to get a movement going, even at the height of the Empire's power, I have to believe that change is possible.
Alright, so you probably want to go ahead with it.
Make the incursion. The lives we save will be worth the work we'll have to do to reform the Republic. The Tal Shiar wasn't able to stop us the first time. They won't stop us again.
If the Romulan Republic thinks it's worth the risk, then we should try it. I disagree. Alright. So we've been informed that the Lisette and the Krenim vessel will be travelling with us to the site of the temporal incursion. The Krenim vessel has the weapon on board, and the Lisette will provide additional security and manpower if needed. Understood? Anything else? All three vessels will be temporarily shielded to protect us from changes in the timeline. As long as that shielding holds, we will be able to observe the changes and even interact with them, but we will not be part of the new timeline. Captain Nog says the temporal shield generators can be damaged. We'll need to be careful. We can beam you up to the Myrmidon as soon as you're ready. Okay, cool. So at least I'm not going to be subject to it all straight away. I'll be able to take a good look around and make sure it is all good first. That's important.
Target acquired and locked. Activating weapon. Incursion complete.
It will be good to see the world of my birth again.
The weapon was still firing when it walked away.
Elements? Is that Romulus?
Ooh.
It's completely assimilated.
Brilliant.
Yes, I think we have a problem.
Just a little one.
No. We expected to see some Borg activity, but this can't be right.
What happened?
I agree that this is unexpected, Commander, but we knew there would be anomalies. We need more information. Let's find out where the simulation might have gone wrong.
Right. So can we just run more simulations now? Have we got that kind of technology on the ship, or was it just on that station? This is crazy. Stay on the edge of the system, Jarrok, and I will move in for sensor sweeps. The last thing we need is the Borg assimilating the Krenim's weapon.
The whole system can't be assimilated, can it? That is a lot of Borg.
I mean, it looks pretty super cool, doesn't it? I really like that. That's cool. So I need to fly in and scan, apparently. Okay. Yeah, because that's what you do when you saw this. Oh yeah, let's just go. Let's scan a little bit. What could possibly go wrong? I want to launch another. Alright, now scan.
According to these scans, the planet has been completely assimilated. I'm not detecting any non-Borg life signs. This is bad. Really, really bad. We need to fix this.
Well, yeah.
Borg ships decloaking. Red alert.
Oh great, the Borg have cloaks now. I guess they would. Yeah, that makes sense.
First the Klingons, now the Borg. Does everyone steal cloaking technology from us?
Oh boy. Man, so that drain is still super strong. But luckily I get to kill them really quick, so that's fine. Ooh, hello. Right, let's take this one out first. Do that. And probe. Hopefully the cube will focus on the Lisette. Or not. Maybe not. Ooh, hello. Well, he died fast. Hail the Nog. Oi, Nogster.
We need more information before we can fix this. I'll keep the Krenim ship well out of Borg sensor range while you go in and find out what happened. Hurry. More Borg will be arriving soon.
Go in? When will we be affected by the timeline shift once we leave the ship? Yeah, like the whole point was that we were in the shield.
I've modified some personal shield generators to shield you temporally as well.
Temporally?
I'm transporting them over now. Hurry. The temporal shielding drains a lot of power. You won't have much time down there before you're unprotected. If that happens, this will be your new reality.
Right, understood. We'll get the data. What? Alright, so we have the temporal shields for the away team, sir. And Claudia says she is concerned about the weapon. We probably only have one more shot before the capacitors burn out, so we need to get this right now and get back to a timeline that's not overrun by the Borg. Sensors are detecting a mainframe that should have the data you need. The Lisette will remain to protect the Krenim ship while you and Commander Jarok beam down together to gather information. Wow. Alright. Okay. Who needs a Romulan anyway?
We need more data to plot a possible solution. With any luck, the Borg will have what we need. Maybe. Our focus is on restoration. There is a computer node in this area of the Unimatrix that should have what we need. Find the node and download all the data you can from the point where we made our incursion. That should help us find out how to fix this.
Okay, we'll find the data.
I'm going to join you. I know this place. Or at least I knew this place. Before we lost the homeworld, it was a Tal Shiar complex. Most of the secrets of our empire were stored here. I thought I was getting my home back, but now the Borg have taken it all away. This is like losing Romulus all over again.
Alright, I'll do what I can to help.
The controls ahead of us will unlock the bulkheads.
Seriously though, what do we expect?
The whole planet. All our people. They're Borg.
Yeah. Oh man, I love watching Tarsi dropkick. I know I say it every single video, but man, it's just one of the best things. I wish we could just watch a montage of Tarsi dropkicking people. Right. Okay. That was security measures.
I
now
can't believe we were so wrong.
Another node. All right. Every time. It gets me. Super gets me. These drones seem pretty weak. Don't they?
Cover me. I'll override the door controls.
I've had more trouble than this with drones. When you say cover me, are you... Right, you're back here. Nice hurricane turret placement. Oh yeah, adapting. Wait, that just flashed up that it adapted, but it didn't. I still just killed it. Weird. There you go, that's... It says it's adapted, but it hasn't. Alright, it's bizarre.
Got
Again.
it.
Alright, I'll stop mentioning it now. Continue.
We have to find a way to make this right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, just like Nog said, it's too easy to get caught in a loop. Once you make one change and you're not happy with it, you make another little change, then you make another one, then another one. It all just becomes too much. Oh, there we go. Okay, so these have adapted out. I do need to get my remodulator thingy. Back attack. Well, apparently I don't actually. Totally lying. No. Alright, I can beat them anyway.
Resistance is futile.
Okay. You say so. Oh, it's a Riemann. A Borg Riemann. That's so cool.
There. That's
Well, not
the access
really for
node
them, but,
console
you know.
we need.
Right. I'm gonna guess I'll have to protect myself in some way.
Locked. We'll have to circumvent their
Hello.
security measures. Wait! Incoming Borg!
It's a bit overkill for a little drone. There you go. He deserved it. Alright. So, gotta get these consoles around here. Okay, this looks really cool. I like this a lot. Oh, sorry, missed it.
When we lost the homeworld, I thought that was the worst thing that could happen to us.
No, you can make something even worse happen. Well done. Well done, you. Whose support drone is that? Oh, I think I gave it to one of my other guys, didn't I? To Lynn or something. Yeah, that makes sense.
You will be assimilated.
Of course we will. Oh. Thought they'd just cast that, what was it? Thaleron radiation ability? Something like that? On me, but it wasn't. It was fine. I think Ian must have used that on them, actually. What is it?
This was
Hyperonic
Romulan
radiation.
technology once, but it's been completely assimilated.
Yeah.
Hakiv?
Oh, cool.
You will become one with the Borg.
A bit like Locutus.
Resistance is futile.
With a weird outfit on. But that's cool. Get to fight a Borg Hakiv. Awesome. Tarsi. Oh, Tarsi. Probably should have done the remodulating thing that I was talking about. It does look like it's going to make a difference against this guy. Or maybe this is just how long he takes to kill. That's just a bug that it shows that. Secundus. Oh, Secundus. I like it. Good naming. Really, Picard should have been called Primus then, surely. Input query, open temporal records. Accessing temporal records. Okay, so reporting to Alcove 12 gamma for daily regeneration cycle. The beta for manifold maintenance, the 35% completion rate. Okay. Break down records by year and provide a summary of events for Romulus system only. Display results with oldest entries first. Okay, so Romulus system added to the collective in 68589. When's that? Unimatrix established. Designated Junior Matrix 652. All adjuncts redesignated into Trimatrixes. Wowzers. Alright.
It looks like the main invasion of Romulan space occurred about 20 years ago. Something happened in the Delta Quadrant. The Borg assimilated something that greatly improved their technology. They adapted, evolved, and my people, they didn't have a chance. Maybe it's our fate to lose Romulus.
I wonder who they assimilated. It greatly improved their technology. Why that would have been caused by the Iconian planet being attacked by an asteroid, or being hit by an asteroid. Maybe it was the Krenim. Alright. All we can do now is try to restore the previous timeline. Maybe this will help. Alright, there are Borg signatures on approach. Let's go. Man, that was cool. Borg Hakiv. I like it a lot.
Let's get out of here. There are more than 20 Borg ships on an intercept course.
Cool.
More Borg on
Understood. Right, should I just leave then?
the way. Borg decloaking.
Oh, Borg with cloak is so cool. Should I have just escaped maybe? Should I have kept going away? Possibly.
Resist this.
Resist this.
Transmit the data. Hurry. We're under attack.
Nog?
We're losing power. Send the data now before we lose temporal shielding.
Alright, sending.
Focus on your repairs. We will make sure the data is preserved.
Ooh.
Data is compressed and ready.
Go, send it.
Communications array is ready.
Oh, come on, just send it.
Secure channel confirmed.
Send it already. Wowzers.
Data received.
I'm running the numbers now. If we target the Borg transwarp network, the Borg may never be able to reach Romulus.
It is a great risk. The Borg have a great deal of influence on the timeline, and there is no time to run simulations.
Do we have a choice?
We do not.
Wow.
Targeting the transwarp network.
Firing the weapon now.
The Borg are gone, but so is Romulus.
Romulus isn't the only thing we lost. Temporal shielding is failing.
What happened?
The Borg did too much damage to the generators. If we lose the temporal shielding, we'll all reintegrate with the timeline.
Has anything else changed?
Checking. No. The Tutarians. They're gone.
Oh no, is that her race?
How?
I see the problem. 20 years ago, your people tried to replicate the work of the Solanae to protect themselves from the Borg. In this timeline, they failed.
Temporal shield is at 8%.
Aww.
No, I need to restabilize the shields.
I'm downloading my personal files into the shielded core. You'll have all my research notes and everything we've recorded from this mission.
You're giving up? When the shield fails, if the Tutarians were lost in the past, then you'll be lost too.
Temporal shield is losing integrity.
Is there anything we can do?
No, we all knew the risks. I love...
Aww. Whoa. Well, that shouldn't have happened. Oh, okay, there's been a development, Captain. Captain Nog, Commander Jarek, and the Krenim researchers are waiting for you in the conference room to go over their findings, okay? I will meet them there. Oh, it got me deep. Got me, man. What a lovely storyline. That's actually really nice. You don't say that very often. That is really cool. Alright. Why was the green line all over the place? Right, it's over here. Hello.
We found a temporally shielded computer core, and it shows 2 uses of the Krenim weapon. But as far as I know, the Iconians are still out there. We changed the timeline, but we didn't fix our most important problem.
Okay. But what was in the core? Or how... Ooh. How different is the world now?
We won't be sure until we finish analyzing the data, but the Krenim weapon was used twice. I remember being on the bridge of the Krenim ship and seeing a readout with a far lower power reserve than had just been there a moment before. I'm sure you had a similar situation.
I did.
As to the greater differences, we'll know more soon. I only hope the ripples from what we did today don't start a tsunami.
Great.
We found a temporally shielded
What was in the
computer.
core?
We haven't dug that far into the data yet, and it will take some in-depth investigation to catalog all of the changes. Noi is going to lead the group taking care of them.
You don't want to.
I will say it is odd to find personal logs I don't remember making.
I imagine that would be strange.
Very. But from what we've already seen, it appears the reason the weapon was fired twice was because we had to try to correct a change we made. Technology like this seems so simple, but even the smallest change can make more trouble than it solves. We have to be more cautious. Far more cautious than we've already been, I suppose. The next mistake might not be fixable. Time alteration might not be the answer. There are some problems that can't be solved with a weapon. But time travel... Look, whatever happens, it was good working with you. I hope we have the chance to do so in the future.
Good working with you too, Captain. Well, I said, didn't I? Didn't I say? It was not a good idea. Don't mess with time. Pretty sure I said.
I was conducting another simulation, and all of a sudden I got an emergency call telling me to stop everything. I will be looking at whatever data we managed to save to try and determine what went wrong. Maybe we can try again after we know more.
Maybe find something. We can't afford another incident like that.
It has been good to have you here.
Good.
But we will have to consider if time alteration is really the best course of action. Of all the records we have of time travel, few have as drastic a result as this. Perhaps removing elements from the time stream isn't the solution we need.
No, possibly not. Who would have thought?
We've put so much hope into using the Krenim technology to solve our problems. Perhaps I was caught up in the possibilities and blind to the potential for disaster. We tried and we failed. But this isn't the end. We'll keep looking at the simulations as well as any other option open to us. I have to have faith that we will find a way to defeat the Iconians.
We'll discover what happened and move on from there. That's all we can do. Alright. And you?
I have a lot of information to analyze. The shielded core appears to have made it through the process intact, and will give us a wealth of data on the timeline and how the changes have affected it. Clearly, you made a mistake somewhere.
Oh yeah, my fault.
I still feel this is the best technology available to us, but we will need minds sufficient to the task to operate it.
I want to be there when he finds out about his wife. Alright, goodbye. So I'm concerned about using time travel to solve the Iconian situation, but it is one of the only options we... You're a bit behind the times, Lar. I hope whatever the Alliance decides to do, we don't end up in a worse situation than we're already in. Are you ready to transport back? I am. And thanks for your input. Useful as always. Right. There we go. That's it. That was the sort of time travel-y manipulation type episode. I'm going to hand that in now. Actually, let's have a quick look. So, ooh, I could replace the warp core. Well, actually, science console. That's probably what I need, right? Yeah, science console. Cool. All right. Let's hand it in. Hail.
Captain Nog tells me that the initial test of the Krenim weapon was less than promising. He says that he and his team have a great deal of data still to analyze, but I do not believe they will find much that will assist us. Removing elements from the time stream is reckless, and while our options are limited, we should not destroy ourselves in a fruitless effort to destroy the Iconians. It is time to consider all of our alternatives.
All right. We've only got one episode to do that, so I'm nervous now. Not sure what we're going to do. All right, let's take the science console first. I will be redoing this and getting the overcharged warp core and the omnidirectional anti-chronoton infused Tetrion beam array. But let's start with the science console. And there you go. I'm going to equip that now. And I'll replace, replace the green one. I think I said, wow, I've got so many tribbles I need to get rid of. Oh, and I need to replace that as well. Why did I not do that last time? Okay, and I think that is all I need to do. There you go. That was really interesting. Really cool. I liked how they did it, actually. I liked how they did the different sort of time frames and how you were going to simulate them, and you could... Well, okay, that was a bit iffy, but I like that it was done. I don't like that we heard the Iconians weren't there, but the Borg were a bit stronger, so let's go for that. I don't believe we would have made that choice. Not for a second. Anything that said the Borg were stronger, surely we would have thought, alright, let's try a few more simulations. Maybe 3 isn't enough, let's try a few more. But yeah, I guess that makes sense for the storyline anyway, it had to do that. And that was quite cool. The Borg did seem a little bit easy on the ground, except for Hakeev, he was super cool. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, which is good actually, because I've got to replay it twice for the other bits. So that was Butterfly. In the next episode we'll be doing Midnight. But thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are enjoying, and I hope you do will enjoy. But by far, the most important thing is to look forward to the next episode of Star Trek Online.